What's up, guys? I got a quick review for you guys of my 2005 Cadillac CTS V. Overall, I am a huge fan of this car. I love this car. I love this engine, the power, everything about it. It's just a fantastic ride. It's super smooth, super powerful. The 6-speed transmission is excellent for this type of vehicle. It's just a classy, nice, can't beat it ride. So I'm going to talk about a couple little quirks here and there that I'm not a fan of. Like, for instance, when I first got this car, and I've heard of a bunch of people that had this problem with this car. Let's see here. So the stock shifter on this car is crap. It's almost every single car that you'll see with a stock shifter, it's going to be loose and it's going to drive you nuts. So here's what I just recently got, the Hurst shifter for this car. It still has a little bit of play, but that is literally maybe a third of what it had when I got this car. It was difficult just to even find gears with it beforehand. So the Hurst short throw shifter is excellent choice. I love this shifter. And another thing, with the stock shifter being worn out like it was, it made it really difficult to get into reverse and stay in the reverse. So with the short throw shifter, I can actually reach reverse a whole lot easier. So I can actually put it in reverse and keep it there. And the reason why that's important is because every CTS V that I've seen has an issue with staying in reverse. Even in this car with the short throw shifter, it doesn't completely fix the reverse issue. You're gonna have to hold it in reverse in every CTS V that I've seen, or at least the V ones. You gotta really hold it in there. With the shifter aside, I'm trying to think of something else I'm not a fan of. I really love this car. It's an all-around excellent car. I've done a couple autocross events with this car, and it's very heavy. It's a heavy car, but that's what you get to have 4 seats, you know, a huge engine, all the power in a straight line, unstoppable car. This thing is fast in a straight line, but cornering not so well. If you're just shooting for autocross events, this is not going to be your car. But in a straight line, this is the way to go. I'll show you the interior a little bit. I like the styling myself. I've got one of the rare models with the tan seats on the tan on black interior. And I prefer it that way because I've got my dog, Daisy, and she is tan, just like the seats. And her hair doesn't exactly show up as bad as it would in the black. This car's got a nice sunroof. Gotta like that. But yeah, the buttons on the radio will chip. You can see this one's chipping a little bit. I haven't touched that one up yet. These two the knobs were really chipped when I got this car. So I just, sanded them down and repainted them and hadn't had that problem again. But other than the chipping on the knobs, the loose shifter, that's literally solvable with new bushings or a new shifter, however you want to go about that. This has been an excellent car for me. It's got 176,000 miles on it, which just goes to show the reliability. It's got, the previous owner let the timing chain snap and destroyed the engine, so my car's actually got a brand new engine in it, which runs amazing. And from what I can tell in forums and things like that, the LS6 engine that's in this car is very cheap to maintain. If you do have a catastrophic failure, it's really not too expensive, and the parts are very easy to find. That's another positive thing about this car. But literally everything on here is easy to get to. The ride height is also one thing I love about this car. It's still a sporty car, but it sits nice and high off the ground. You're not worried about scraping anything. And even if you wanted to lower the car itself, you could drop it down onto the fenders here, or as low as you wanted to, and you got like 2-3 inches here, but you're still gonna have plenty of ground clearance even if you were to do that. So that's an awesome thing about this car. One other thing, we got the trunk back here. I'll go ahead and show you guys that. The trunk space is just epic. I mean, there is so much room back here. It's unbelievable. when I went and bought my back tires, I'd love to say that they fit back here, but they didn't. These gigantic wheels and tires, they won't fit in the trunk, but hey, that's okay. Just about anything else will fit in the trunk. The CTS V does not come with a spare tire, or a jack for that instance. It comes with this nice little storage compartment here, and it's got some space in it, but let's be real, a spare tire would be nice, but that makes the car even heavier, so you give some to get some, I guess. But yeah, that's about it about this car. I love everything else about it. It's a fantastic car. If you're thinking about getting one, I definitely recommend it. It is a blast, and it's comfortable. It's all around great ride. So thanks for watching, you guys. See you later. Hey guys, one other thing I forgot to mention about my CTS V. It's got a really critical weak point. This is very important. I shouldn't have forgot about this. If you were looking for a car that is just a tire killer and you just want to sit still, smoke tires off, this car is not going to suit you well. This car's it's the first generation CTS V, and Cadillac thought it would be a great idea to put the CTS V6 differential in the car with the LS6 motor, which is not a good combination. Yes, I can still drift, I can burn the tires, but not in a straight line unless I was wanting to break it. So I hear a lot on forums and things like that about people who break the rear diff. It'll actually crack open if you stress it too hard. But with my experience driving it, I've done a couple races at autocross, I've run the car hard. I haven't had a problem with my diff as long as I'm conscious of not spinning the tires in a straight line. That's its weak point. If you spin the tires in a straight line, you'll get bad wheel hop, and eventually that will break your diff in half if you let it go on too long. But if you pay attention, if you look out for that, you can still slide sideways all you want, and you'll be okay. But just, that's one big factor to keep in mind.